Hello and welcome to another fucking Tuesday, where I'm T-Mac, and I talk about all the new maps all the time. Playable on Mythical Gaming, that's Mythical Gaming. Link in the description. Oh yeah, and Godzilla made a map pack, which gets its own video probably on Saturday, maybe next Saturday, depending on how busy I get. But I'll keep everyone posted as the week goes on Twitter at TMacDaGoon. Follow me. So, the only map that got an update this week was Bhop_Cheesemania by Milkman. And even though that this map did get updated, it was still crashing my LAN server. So that issue didn't get fixed. However, it did patch the issues with the textures where they weren't compiled properly in the previous version. Also, there was a skip that I missed on the first stage where you could get on top of the wall by using the barrels. It'd take about 5 seconds or so off your run. Shout out to ZFump for letting me know about that. Also to Concept for hitting a pretty sick run on the map. Link in the description to that. Once again, I suggest you find a server that you can play the map on. So check this one out, because it is a very good map, and I'm even going to bump it up to a light 10 out of 11. So good update, and let's get into those fresh new maps. Or, I guess, fresh-ish maps that I forgot to review for last week. Bhop_Longshit was created by Xerxes, and it was the sequel to Short Shit. Texture-wise, everything is okay, nothing too special. As for the layout, it was decent, though there once again was a lack of any real obstacles or anything exciting, really. So, that said, if you're looking for a simple, old-school strafey map, then it isn't terrible, though I wasn't able to telehop this door for the life of me, despite having tried many a time. But I digress. This map took me about 31 3/4 seconds to beat and was a bit below average for me, so I'm going to go ahead and give it a 5 out of 11. Good effort to Xerxes, and off to Bhop_Kamapulia, which was the second map that I abandoned out of forgetfulness last week. It was created by Rezok, or RezOK, or just Rez from now on, I suppose. This map is a very vibrant, colorful sky map with a really fun, exciting color scheme. As for the gameplay, the map is fairly strafe-centric, but it does have its moments of technical requirement. The block types are all mixed up nicely, and the obstacles are very fun and tightly packed together for the map that feels action-packed all the way through to the end. Needless to say, this map was very fun, and, oh yeah, you can drop down before the tube, but I don't think it will benefit you in any way. It's just there, and overall, the map took me a touch over 27.5 seconds doing the full map. Unfortunately, there's a pretty massive skip that NK&M found, which significantly cuts the map's length down at the end right after the rings. So props to him for finding that. I suggest you check out his run of the map, link in the description. As for the map, I still think it was very fun, and it's going to get a light 9 out of 11. So good job to Rez, and off to map number 3. Bhop_Classno was also created by Rez and is also a neat little colorful strafe map, though the colors aren't quite as powerful and hard-hitting as they were in Kamapulia. That said, I did particularly like the water textures used. As for the gameplay, though, this map has some cool little aspects to it, like the zip line and the intentional shortcut at the end. The block layout is also great, and it allows for some sneaky jump cuts and optimizations. The map took me about 26.5 seconds, but you can go to NK's channel to watch him do this map faster as well. Good job to Rez. This one, it could have been a bit longer and felt a little bit simple, but it gets a strong 8 out of 11. So good job to him, and over to Bhop_RARX1, TBH's latest map to come out this week, so as you can expect, the screenshots are a little on the shitty side. But that doesn't mean that the map is shitty. The textures are a bit on the plain side, but the color scheme is a cute cotton candy with pinks and purples and light blues and some greens in the tunnel, all of which are soft but strikingly poppy, which is nice. The map layout is also pretty fun, if not a bit on the simple side, and the tunnel is a neat little obstacle. Unfortunately, the ending of this map is about as cancer as it gets, with that see-through glass and no explanation of what the hell is happening until after you've already slammed headfirst into what must be TBH's favorite texture of all time. Seriously, dude, try making a map without the damn pink glass already. All that aside, I still had some fun with the map, though it was a shorty, taking me about 16 seconds, so the map gets a strong 6, and a good effort, and a cute anime face just for you. Then we move along to map number 5, Bhop_Melancholy, which was Kukli's latest map to come out, and color-wise it has those mysterious glowing lights going on and some ominous mists that make the map feel very intriguing. As for gameplay, the map is pretty straightforward. It's a strafe map with some nice, spacious level designs and a cycling incline up to the end of Stage 2, which is the end. Just kidding, that's a pump fake, and there's still a few mini stages to go. Personally, I'm not a fan of surprise teleporters, but the rest of the map had some interesting block layouts and designs, even though there weren't really any obstacles going on. The map was moderately long for a strafe map, taking me just under 44 seconds, but you can watch Jidus hit a sub 40 on his channel, link in the description. And overall, I think this is a decent strafe map, and it's going to get an 8 out of 11. So good job to Kukli, and Bhop_iconic was the next map to be released this week and was created by M4Dara, previously known as Baduchiwa, and was ported by Gamebanana. Much like M4Dara's previous maps, this one is very clean and easy on the eyes, and it incorporates some of those anime pictures. So it has a really fun layout and is designed to make you go fast, giving you plenty of options to make your own route. The map takes you through all sorts of exciting and fun block setups with those white pipes all over the place, and it's really just a good time. Though I have no idea what the airlift is for, since I'm pretty sure it will never be used by anyone, good or bad, because it's so far out of the way. Also, the pipes are riddled with the same inconsistencies that M4Dara's previous maps had. You can b-hop on some of them and not others, which is annoying. But despite that, this map was very fun. It took me just under 40 seconds to beat, and for the sake of mixing things up a bit, I'll direct you over to Rob Zor's channel, where he has a 35.5 on CSS, so check him out. Link in the description. As for the map, it gets a 9 out of 11. Bhop_Furries was created by Bowser0000 and is just a Bhop Babes clone with worse textures and widened doorways. Also, some of the walls are replaced by glass, and the map has a moodier atmosphere. Overall, I don't think Babes needed another reskin / report / whatever the fuck this is, and even if it did, then maybe adding on to it or changing it up in a way that makes the map feel fresh instead of boring and dead would have been a good idea. In fact, it's kind of hard to believe that Babes was the source for this map, since this feels like it took 2 giant steps in the wrong direction. It's like if NASA decided to start launching monkeys into space again because they forgot that they already found ways of getting humans to the moon. So, to summarize my opinions on this map, it's a shit rip-off map. I'd suggest you play Babes or Waifus instead, because Waifus had some interesting pictures and shit if you're into the whole anime thing, and it just kind of cleaned everything up nicely. So I'm not rating this one because I did find enjoyment in it, but it was all enjoyment because of somebody else's work. So I don't think it'd be fair to give this guy points for that. So let's move along over to Bhop_Resonance, which kept crashing my server despite the update, and I don't have time to keep messing with the file, so I'll get to it next week. Sorry, Tony Toes. But map number 8 was Elzy's Bhop or OER, and this map has a very strange black, white, and red color scheme with falling snow that definitely wasn't to my taste, but it's bizarre and it's weird, and there's something deep down inside of me that's happy that a map like this has been made in a style such as this. So, as for the layout, the map is open and strafey with some interesting pathways and block types. On stage 2, there's a split where you can choose one of 2 ways. Personally, I found the left path with the booster to be a bit faster, but having the option is nice. As for the negatives, it can be hard to see exactly where you're supposed to be going, and unfortunately I think because of the aesthetic style of this map, it will probably be very difficult for most people to get into it, and it certainly felt that way to me. That said, if you like the visuals, then your experience with the map will probably be very different from mine. The map took me just under 33 seconds, and I'm going to give it a strong 5, as there were some parts of the map that were quite enjoyable, but the style made the map feel way too odd for me. So nice try to Elzy, and onwards to the next one, which was Elzy's port of XDMedi's Bhop_Scape. Scape's color scheme is very blue-centric, using different shades and lighting to make the colors look really nice. The spacey skybox add to this as well, giving the map a sort of sci-fi testing facility vibe. As for the layout, everything is really good. I like the multiple options for route building. The boost pads and different obstacles were all entertaining, and I especially like the memorable ending. However, this map isn't without its issues. There are several invisible walls blocking you from going into obvious areas, and while for the most part I understand why you wouldn't want someone skipping over massive parts of the map, there is a spot towards the end that would be a beneficial skip to put in place for stronger B-hoppers that have taken the time to route the map well. Next time, try and use visible walls. Visible glass can be a nice alternative as well. Those issues aside, though, this is a pretty solid and interesting strafe map. It took me a touch over 37 seconds, and it's going to get an 8 out of 11, so good job to both you guys. Map number 10 was Bhop underscore Seize, I don't know how to say that, by Tony Toes, and aesthetically, this one blends in some old school floor textures with some more modern concrete blocks with the trimmed red edges. The two different styles work well together, and the map takes you through some very scenic areas like the marshy swamp and the lake. As for the gameplay, this one is also a strafe map that has a very fun, winding layout filled with block types and some interesting obstacles. I really liked how many little angled, broken blocks were set up in a way where you could incorporate them into a run. There really wasn't anything that I could find to complain about on this map, though I feel like it didn't really go out of its way to do anything exciting or new or unique. So the map took me around 43 seconds, and it's going to get a strong 9 out of 11, so good job to Tony, but we gotta keep trekking on. 2. Bhop underscore concrete underscore pickle, which was created by Jeff the Pickle and is a small concrete quarry themed map. Textures on this map are very simple, but they work well enough together. Unfortunately, this map is composed entirely of square blocks that don't really have any obstacles aside from the side walls occasionally, or any real substance to the map either. The map is also quite short, coming in at around 11.5 seconds, but the map isn't terrible. It would definitely be a decent map for a beginner to learn on, but for me, it's getting a 4 out of 11. Which brings us to the final map of the week. Bhop underscore Egyptian underscore pickle was also created by Jeff the Pickle, and this one is an Egyptian themed map that has a lot of really nice detail work put into the textures. The map is stunningly good to look at and is incredibly fun, leading through several different styles of hallways and caves. As for the gameplay, this map feels as well crafted as something you'd expect out of a PC Pie map. The amount of subtle differences in block types mixed with great obstacles and unique layout makes the map feel really fun and memorable. Everything about the map was very fun, and the only issue that I have is that it was a bit on the shorter side, taking me just under 30 seconds. The map likely wouldn't have felt so short if the ending didn't just sort of pop up out of nowhere, but really, good job on this map. I'm giving it a light 10 out of 11, so good job to everyone. But that is all the time that I have for this week's episode of the Map Review, so leave a like if you like, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on Twitter at TMacDaGoon for notifications and other shit. Check out my gaming/vlogging channel, TMacDaGoon Games, for occasional additional content. And if you want to support this channel in all its debauchery, then consider donating to my PayPal. Also, if you want your run featured on the next Bhop Talk show, then send it to jacoby123abc@gmail.com. Send as many as you want, just follow the guidelines marked out in the description where you can find everything and more. I'm TMac, and I'll see you next Tuesday. And this limited one-time offer, sign up and get a month free of Animu on Crunchyroll.com using my code, Get a Job, you filthy neat. Just kidding. They don't sponsor me. What am I, some sort of a Hollywood big shot man? Fuck no. Burger King all the way home.